I always said I would never make a musical episode of Buffy. We always talked about it. People always talk about that. People love musicals. Nobody ever seems to admit it, and certainly not, again, in the establishment in Hollywood, but the fact of the matter is people love singing and dancing. And a lot of shows do musical numbers and stuff like that, but I was like, if we ever do a musical, it would have to be a real musical. It would have to be original. It would have to be a story that was based in song, where the big story points and the big emotional moments are in the songs. It can't be, let's do a scene and then let's stop and sing an oldie.
I think when musicals are done well, and they're not always done well, but when they are done well, when it works, the song happens at a point where the words aren't enough anymore.
I went away for the summer and I came back with this script and this score that I had written, and they've embraced it pretty amazingly. I mean, because they all have to work, you know, after hours, doing dance rehearsals, singing, doing singing lessons, training. You know, none of them are professional singers except for Tony, and who's, you know, sung on the stage in London. And you know, some of them were terrified and some of them were no problem, and everybody has done just amazing work.
I wish I could say the right words to let you at home.
I have a musical background. I've done a few musicals like Godspell and Chess and Rocky Horror. And we were talking about it because he's a huge musical fan, and he said, well, and every season I said, you know, we're going to do the musical version. No, he said, basically it'll only happen when the story arc is right, when it'll find its time, it'll find its moment. And what it can't look like is we've run out of ideas, let's do a musical version.
There's about 14 different songs in the score, and so it leaves me about 8 minutes for dialogue. And sometimes they're commenting on the action, sometimes they are the action, sometimes, you know, they're mostly, you know, their emotional insights into the characters and where they're going and where they realize they have to go.
Thematically, there's a lot of very important points of the story of the season happen in this episode.
So good. I can't even, I'm so excited for people to see it.
And normally in musicals, you want to burst into song. In Sunnydale, it's forced upon us. And so it creates even more chaos.